Good day, beautiful people. It's the afternoon. It is probably like around 4 p.m. I am a little pooped after yesterday's excursion up to San Francisco because I mean, you know, this is where I live. Probably don't need to tell y'all I'm a bit of an introvert. But yeah, I had a great time yesterday and just getting back into the swing of things up here. It's Monday, so trying to kind of get back into the week productivity phase of everything. Going over yesterday's footage, I realized the audio quality is probably, especially as an audio engineer, it's was my main profession. Went to school for. Ooh. Yeah, there he is. I'm not very happy with the audio quality we have, but I'm also in this place where I don't want to buy a bunch of gear just for filming necessarily, because I do have nice microphones. I have an 80X51 Audix cardioid mic that I like quite a bit. It's a condenser, small diaphragm condenser, so I'm looking into options. I'm kind of brainstorming an idea to make my own mount for it, and then just get a little preamp to plug into the camera, because yeah, I'd like to increase the audio quality. So one of the things we're working on during this day. One of the unfortunate side effects of yesterday was I ended up leaving my cell phone up at Carson's house in San Francisco. So he's gonna end up shipping it, mailing it down, and gonna need to figure out going down to town because I don't have an address myself. Getting it mailed down to my friend's house in town. My homie was like my brother. Kids call me uncle. So next couple days, probably a few days, whenever it gets there, we're gonna have to do a trip down to town, grab that. Wow, this is about as clear as it gets. You can see all the way to Santa Cruz, across past Moss Landing, to all the way in the distance over there is the Monterey Peninsula. Something else I realized might be fun to share a little bit is my whole setup for when I walk. Because especially while filming, it's interesting. So I guess my standard setup usually before this was walking stick, usually two, so I can throw one for Luffy and keep one for myself. I also have this kind of Patagonia fanny pack thing, and I don't have a gun, even though there are wild boars and mountain lions up here. I'm just not super into guns, and people say I should have one. I probably should. But I have a good sized knife. You know, I got Luffy, I got this knife. If anything comes at me, I figure I got a pretty decent fighting chance. But the funny thing about this setup, now that you can see these backpack straps, is this camera. For whatever reason, I actually recently found my batteries, but they won't charge for it. So I have, actually, the funniest thing is, from yesterday, I got this little picture of C. Dean. Hey! But no, the funny thing is, look, in my backpack itself, hold this better, I have, coming out the bush, woo! I have a drill battery pack with the inverter on it, and this is a wall wart cable going into it. Is that right, Luffy? That's charging, oh, yep. And that's charging my camera that has this cable leading all the way into it. So I'm like wall charging essentially it with my pack. So I have this backpack strapped on me. Even yesterday in the bar while we were like having the event, I had my backpack with me while I was filming. It's kind of goofy. You know, on the theme of resting a bit. Bless you. One of my favorite things to do up here is this log right here is like, oh, Luffy's going down to the little creek thingy. One of my favorite things to do, it's a little harder with the backpack. Let's see if we can slide it to the side maybe. Oh, is to just take a minute. You can hear the stream. I don't know if you guys can. I can. Some birds. But the most important, or the best part, is that right above us is just this gorgeous canopy of trees. Yeah. Taking it a little easier today. Long weekend, pretty busy, stayed up pretty late last night. I think I finished editing and posting at like 3:30 a.m. So yeah. Self-rest. Self-care. Rest days. Important. Shout out. Myself though. It was nice visiting. Yo, what the heck is that you found? Is that some deer antlers? Let me check that out. Yo, come here. Come here, what is that? No, show me, what is that you found? Luffy found some deer antler apparently. And he is happy. He is happy. Are you happy? Are you happy? That little satisfied trot. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, and I know you can't see it, so I'll insert a picture, but the top of the camera has like a little channel that you could slide like an accessory of some variety into. I have this microphone, an ADX51 small diaphragm condenser from Audix. Ooh, look at focus. I need to stop trying to focus things, it never works. So, we have this Audix ADX51 condenser microphone, which I like very much. Here's a clip for it, right? Standard small diaphragm condenser clip. It clips right on in. But this screws onto a microphone stand. What I realized is I could take the bolts of that out, and we get this. So the idea is, how do I make something out of wood, essentially, that would sandwich that, right? Like I could cut two small pieces, drill a hole in it, maybe even use this bigger one that's closer up, sandwich that in there, and then have it sit on. I'm pretty sure I could get a piece of wood, or maybe metal if needed, sand it down with sandpaper, so it's just the perfect thickness for that slot, because it has like a clip that pressure locks it in. Pop that in there, have this sit on top, and we could be using our nice condenser mic. It's a little big for the application, but you know, use what we got. Just right on top of our camera, and I think that would greatly increase our audio quality. Of course, we need to get a preamp. This is a condenser, so it uses phantom power, so we need to get a little preamp that can power this. But if we get that, I think our audio quality will go up quite a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna try to experiment with this a little bit. I was just going through our wood, and actually this one, this thickness, looks like it might be perfect for this. It could essentially fit right on in there. So maybe I just cut like that much of it off, a little chunker tin, and then I don't know, maybe even chisel just to see if it works as a basic idea. This as a little holder, and see where that gets us. I think we want this about, got a little pen mark there. Little clamp on it. In my mind, right, we have this. We have this. We essentially, I mean, we should do it fancier. So let's get it just about middle. I think that might give us just enough room that it doesn't break out. Okay, if we could find the right drill bit. Oh wow, that's actually like perfect. Especially considering the lines were a little proud. We should probably put scrap wood beneath this. But I think I'm going to refinish the table anyway, so I'm actually not too worried about that. I should be able to just saw along these lines. Those little pen mark lines, I don't know if you can see them there, that outline this. If I line it up nice, get a good little, oh, this is not sharp at all. Actually, I think it should just be better. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking. That was a terrible idea. Okay. Well, that was dumb. Maybe this is something we do with the CNC. Maybe that's why we have a CNC. Because it can do things like I could measure that by the millimeter, have it cut it exactly precise. Yeah, we'll try that. Maybe that'll be another day thing. But I do still think, general idea, good brainstorming, bad execution. Good brainstorming, bad execution.